Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Wahconah Weekly. For this week's installment, I have for you some information on a field trip that took place this week.
I have a variety of smaller events that occurred, such as a financial aid planning night and a mini golf fundraiser for breast cancer.
I'll be bringing you the multiple updates on sports since we last covered them.
And I have information on plenty of upcoming events such as the Fall Play, NHS inductions, and next week's Spirit Week celebration.
This week on Tuesday, the art major class and the French club members went on a field trip to the Clark Art Institute and the Williams College Museum of Art. The first item on the itinerary allowed the students on the trip to roam around the beautiful fields surrounding the Clark. Here they could traverse up hills and gaze back down on the landscape and the mountains in the far horizon. The beauty of the area was tranquil and the vista shimmered elegantly in the sun. Following that, the group then broke up into two main sections. The French club members went with a tour guide who would tell them about the different art pieces in French, whereas the art major section went with a tour guide who would do the same but in English. Here they went around and looked at numerous pieces of art on display, and then were given the chance to walk around freely to look at the art on their own. The art students were also prompted to sketch some of the art to practice their skills for still life drawing and to add to their sketchbooks due at the end of the quarter. After this, it was time for lunch, and the students were allowed to go to any of the restaurants or cafes in the surrounding area on the same street where the entrance to the Williams College Museum of Art was. Then all of the students went to the Williams College Art Museum to look at some very different art. The students were allowed to do essentially whatever they desired and peruse the assorted artwork in the galleries. At the end of the day, everyone had a whole lot of fun and enjoyed the experience, including myself.
Quite a few other things took place over the last week, with one of them being a mini golf tournament held in support of breast cancer research. This was put on by the Rotary Interact Club and involved teams of 2 to 4 dressing in pink and playing mini golf at Baker's Golf Center this last Sunday, with the funds going to aid breast cancer research. Something else that occurred this week was a thing called instructional rounds. This involved teachers from Wahconah visiting other teachers to observe them as they teach. The goal for this is to allow the teachers of Wahconah to learn from one another and see what they will have to offer. This will continue throughout the year until all teachers have observed at least once. On Monday, the guidance department offered seniors the opportunity to learn how to put resumes together for themselves. Those with DLTs during the day went down to learn the steps, and others were invited down after school to do the same. The majority of the work done here is available for anyone to do on their Naviance account on their own, and we bet that your counselors would be more than happy to help you if you need it or could not make it on Monday. Similar to the resume day, Wahconah hosted a financial aid planning night on Tuesday in the auditorium. This showcase invited both college-bound seniors and their guardians over to teach them things like setting up your FAFSA, CSS profile, and even here's some scholarship opportunities. And lastly, we wanted to mention that the Wahconah ambassadors and the quiz team had their first meetings this week. If you are interested in joining but missed a meeting, let someone in charge know.
This week in sports, in volleyball on Monday, Wahconah unfortunately lost to the Pittsfield High Generals by 5 sets. Wahconah was led by Kaylee O'Brien with 10 kills, 11 digs, and 14 assists, and Cassidy Kramus with 8 kills. Megan Doan earned 12 digs as well. On Tuesday, Wahconah Golf suffered a loss, but a very close one at that. They played against Hoosick Valley with a score of 198 and 192. Pat McLaughlin ended up carding at 45, while Caden Frazier, Dan Wilson, and Christina Cousin scored with a 48, 52, and 53 respectively. In soccer on Wednesday, the girls' soccer team won against Mount Everett in a 5-0 game. In it, Noelle Furlong scored 2 goals, Maria Gambaroni scored 1 goal and 2 assists, and Bailey Chappie scored a goal and an assist. As for the boys' team, they will have had a game on Friday night, but the scores are not available to us at this time. On Thursday, the Wahconah Unified basketball team had their first game against Mount Greylock at Mountie Dome, where they lost 42-50.
On November 3rd, BCC is hosting a FAFSA day open to all Wahconah students and their guardians. This day involves financial aid specialists from the college assisting students with the filling out of their FAFSA forms and takes place from 1 to 4. If you are a student looking to go to college, it is highly recommended that you take the time to fill out your FAFSA form and do it correctly, and this event may be your best shot at doing so. There's also the first meeting of Math League this Tuesday. Students are reminded that simply showing up will garner them 4 points on a quiz or test in the math class that they're currently taking. Students will also earn an additional 2 points for every question they get right out of the 6 questions given. It's a great way to hone your math skills and improve your grades, and we hope to see you there. Coming up on the 19th is the semi-formal homecoming dance. The dance will take place from 7 to 10 at the Stationery Factory. Tickets cost $20 and must be bought in advance. They will go on sale the 14th and sales will end on the 17th. And as a reminder, non-Wahconah students are able to go as long as they accompany a Wahconah student and are approved by Vice Principal Steve Messina. And in the near future, Wahconah's Apollonian players are to put on this year's fall play, that play being the famous Arsenic and Old Lace. The story follows the Brewster family, which houses several eccentric members. Some characters include 2 murderous aunts, their nephew who believes that he is Teddy Roosevelt, another nephew of theirs who is homicidal, a drunken German doctor, and more. If this comedy interests you, the showings of it are both at 7 p.m. on October 25th and 26th. Coming up soon as well is the NHS induction taking place on the 30th. This induction has current National Honor Society members inducting new members in a ceremony that takes place both during the school day and after school for parents. Additionally, there is a trip to Canada being put on by the language teachers. More information will be delivered in the future over the announcements at school, in Mr. Rob's weekly emails, or right here on Wahconah Weekly. So be sure to keep an eye out if you're interested. And finally, next week is a bit more festive here at Wahconah. Tribe is sponsoring a Spirit Week, which means the students are welcome to dress up and celebrate the themed days of the week. The themes are as follows: Twister Tuesday, which means to dress wacky, Which is Which, meaning Twin Day, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my, or just like an Animal Thursday. There's a storm coming, meaning that on Friday, freshmen wear white, sophomores gray, juniors black, and seniors blue. And for the football game, people are invited to wear black for the blackout game. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we hope to see the wacky costumes everyone wears. And who knows, if it's really good, we may want to get a clip of you for the next episode.
That's all for this week. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for new videos.
If you'd like us to cover something in the future, let us know in the comments or via the survey in the description.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you haven't already.
This has been Ryan, Alex, Aiden, and Lucas bringing you Wahconah Weekly. See you next week.